Time to get your plant and garden questions answered live.
The number to call if you have a question is 270-9933. Lisa Briggs is standing by at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Hey there, how are you guys?
We are great.
Good to see you. Yeah, phones are jammed. Let's get right to them.
Let's start with Heidi in Madison. Hi, Heidi.
Hi there.
What's your question?
Hi. My question is, what is a decorative bush that I can plant under a black walnut tree that won't die?
What kind of bush, Heidi?
Decorative, something. I've tried like 3 or 4 different.
Oh, decorative. Okay,
things.
that's okay. It's usually pretty shady under black walnut trees, and so the things, evergreens, you can plant yews, arborvitae, and hemlock. And for flowering things, most hydrangeas are okay, as are rhododendron and azaleas.
Oh, great. Those are some good suggestions. Let's go to Terry in Wanakee. Hi, Terry. What's your question? Terry, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, go ahead. What's your question for Lisa?
My son has, last fall, had new plantings put around his new house, and all the sedum that they put around the house is dying. The leaves are curling up, and they're dying everywhere.
Okay, so I haven't heard of anything in particular going on with sedum that is very widespread. So I can just give you general information and say that as a rule, sedum like really good drainage and full sun. And it might be that with all the rain we've had, especially if they're around the house, if he's got water coming down off the gutters, it might be too wet. I would say for sure, send us some photos to plantdesk@brucecompany.com. That's our website or our email address at our plant desk. We'll take a look at the photos and see if we can give you a better answer.
Okay. Let's go to Cindy in Janesville. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, I have black spots on my maple leaves, and I'm wondering, and some of the leaves have been falling early already. I've noticed like the last month or so. Is this serious, or is there something I can do for this?
It is probably a fungal disease called tar spot.
Okay.
And it leaves nice, pretty round, dark black spots that if you rub them, they're slightly rough. This is going to be a banner year for fungus because it's been so damp and also very warm. Tar spot fungus is just cosmetic. It's not going to hurt your plant long term, but you will want to make sure that as leaves fall, that you rake them up and bag them and get them away. You don't want to leave them around. They can serve as a source of infection for next year. And if your tree is really big, it's just too big to spray, but it's not going to hurt your tree in the long run.
All right, that's good to hear. Let's go to Fred in DeForest. Hi, Fred. What's your question?
Yeah, I have a bleeding heart plant that's doing really well, and I'm wondering if I can divide that up into 2 plants instead of just having, the one big one.
Bleeding hearts are not good candidates for dividing like hostas or daylilies or some of the other things. They're just going to make a big, beautiful clump. So unfortunately, if you want another plant, you're just going to have to open up the wallet and get another one and plant it in the other place.
All right. Good advice. All right, Marilyn in Oregon. Hi, Marilyn.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
I have a peace lily house plant, and I want to know what's causing the leaf tips to turn brown.
With peace lilies, they don't like drafts, and that's certainly not a problem this time of year unless you have it by an air conditioning where you have cold air coming out from your air conditioning. We've certainly, with the heat, been using that in our houses more than maybe we would normally. Also, if you're watering it and you're watering it above and not just in the plant, sometimes city water will cause some spotting on peace lily leaves. So just water the pot, and if it is near, a heat vent where you have cold air coming out, move it away.
Okay. All right, Teresa in Madison, you're next. What's your question?
Yes, I have a question regarding my impatient pouches or bags. I've been doing them for a few years now, and they used to have a fungus going on, and so I switched over to do something else. But now they look really ugly again, so I'm wondering if they are having a fungus again.
Well, there has been a really bad impatiens disease that's been out for, I would say, the last 5 or 6 years. It's a mildew, it's pretty debilitating, and so we have not recommended planting, bedding impatiens in the ground, because once you have it in the ground, it's just difficult to get rid of it. There's no soil drench or any kind of soil treatment. But when conditions are right, fungus, once it spores, can move around via air or splash from someplace else. And so it just might be that your bags have contracted that fungus. If you want to try spraying them with a fungicide that's rated for mildew, like Revitalize or some of the copper fungicides, or Daconil is another one, you can try that and see if it helps. But otherwise, it just might be that the impatiens blight is in the air in your area and you just happen to be downwind of it.
All right, Bonnie in Evansville, you're our last caller. Go ahead.
Yes, I was wondering, how do I get rid of road daylilies in my flower beds? Roundup doesn't even touch them.
Well, the thing about Roundup, especially at this time of year, is when it gets really hot, plants go a little bit dormant. And so it is difficult for Roundup to work when the plants aren't actively taking moisture and nutrients back and forth between the roots and what's above ground. Also, you might have to treat a couple of times. There are some broadleaf weed chemicals on the market. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, that are good for things like creeping Charlie and wood violets and chickweed. You might try one of those. They're a little bit stronger, but you're going to have to give it a little bit of a time to work. When the weather's like this, sometimes it'll be a week or two before you even start to see results.
All right, those rogue daylilies, they'll get you. All right, Lisa, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. We're out of time. We'll do this again soon.
Lisa, great to see you. Thanks so much. Thanks for calling, everybody, too. Got great questions today.
Good not to see you.
All right. Well, final check of your forecast coming up.